Welcome to the UBD workshop. My name is Michelle Williams, and I will be giving an informal overview of the template stages. So now we're just going to dive right into stage 1, identifying the desired results. So with stage 1, this is also called just unpacking the standards. So since the UDB is also called backward design, we are going to be starting at the end with creating all of the things that we want to list that the student should successfully have at the end of the course. So this will just start with just the basic course and unit summary. This is just going to be going over the subject, class name, grade level, keywords, district organization, which school your class is for, the type of school or organization, textbooks for the class, and the links for any online resource materials. The example I'm going to be using is for an adult corporate learning course. This is going to be an online program. Moving forward, it's just going to also give your unit title, where it is falling under that course, how long it is, and how you'll be delivering that unit. It can be a blended course. It can be a face-to-face course, online or other. You can clarify that in this section. Also, you can put why you are developing this course and the time frame that you will be completing this. Also, your level of expertise, and then your unit summary. And this is just giving an overview of the unit in your own words. Also, in this section, you will be providing the big idea for the unit. The big idea should be an inspirational post that does pull the unit together. This should just be a basic, to the point description of why this class is important and why the information that is taught and learned in this class is going to extend outside of the classroom to other sections and why it is so important. This should be inspirational and grab your reader and your student to be able to pay attention, want to learn more. Even if you're not taking the class, an average reader should be able to understand your big idea. Now that we're going down to the professional organization for content, this is where you're going to list where you're basing your next section, which is going to be your standard and your competencies. So whatever your field is that you're basing your information off of your unit or course, you want to make sure in this section that's where you're providing that information, including the links for those professional organizations, and if possible, the link to the competencies that you'll be basing your UDB template off of. So your standards and your competencies are going to be the foundation that you're going to be building your UDB off of. So these are going to be stemming from a professional organization, like I mentioned. These are not going to be a standard that you are personally making up. This is going to come straight from a reputable source. These will have codes which are listed on the left, labeled C1 through how many codes that you'll be needing for the course that you'll be addressing. These are just a quick reference, so as you're going through the courses, you're able to organize and link why you're teaching each section and each portion, what the reason is and why they are learning, where they are stemming from, and you can stem it all the way back to that standard that has been given from that professional organization. The next section is going to be transfer, and this is just saying the information that the student's learning, how are they going to use that information to transfer into a situation or environment that's going to be outside of the classroom, that's going to be useful? And they're going to be able to transfer this knowledge without the assistance of an instructor. So you can give some instances of what kinds of long-term independent accomplishments would you wish or desire for your students to have. So you can list those and code them on that left-hand column using T for transfer, and then number them. And then on the right-hand column, list your competency codes that those correlate with. And as you see, they can overlap and be more than one competency. So now that I'm moving down, we're also going to go into meaning. So with successful meaning making, we want to make sure that the information that we're giving students is being comprehended and understood, just not received. So we know that our students have successfully achieved meaning making when we have essential questions that they can answer at a deeper level of understanding. So you can provide these essential questions in this section, and when they give their answers, it proves that they fully understand the information that was given to them. These can be coded to the left with Q or EQ codes, 1 through however many you have. And then still, we're going to be correlating them on the right-hand side with competency codes. Below that, we also have our understandings, and this is just stating specifically what do we want our students to understand, what inferences do we want them to make. So we are saying those statements that we are saying that the students do understand something specifically, and these aren't in a question form, these are statements. So once you have those down, you will have a code with the U and then the number and then the competency code that those are correlating with, and then those numbers. Now we're going to go to your acquisition section. So your acquisition section is going more into your knowledge and your skills, which is your factual information that still our students need to know. So this will be our basic concepts that are listed, and again, you can still have those listed with your competency knowledge codes with K on the left hand column and C on the right for competency codes that they're correlating. And if we have skills that we want our students to specifically be able to achieve during the course, you would list them in this section, and the skills that we would like them to achieve would be listed with the codes on the left, with those codes, and then right with the competency codes that are connected with those skills. After we have all of those sections done, this has laid the platform down for what we have that the students need to know, and then we can move on to stage 2 so we can set out a plan for us to deliver all of the things that we've just set up for these students.